We're now leaving the museum and entering the Lyndon B. Johnson Space Center, human space flight and home to more than 2,000 dedicated men and women who work here. This isn't an exhibit or a theme park. This is the real thing. I'm Gene Cernan, Apollo astronaut. It is with great pride and pleasure that I welcome you on this tour. What makes the Johnson Space Center special is that the elite men and women who go into space work live and train here. What makes us successful is the teaming of the astronauts and the people who support them. From the largest indoor underwater training facility in the world to the operation of the science lab, the International Space Station, the Johnson Space Center has always been on the leading edge of discovery and innovation. I was the last human ever to set foot on the moon, but not for long. Right here and now, the men and women of JSCN is indeed an exciting time to be.
John F. Kennedy gave this rousing speech at Houston's own University in 1961. Spurred on by then Vice President Lyndon Johnson, the university had donated this land for construction of a new NASA center. NASA's brain trust and some carefully selected fighter pilots set up shop in these humble buildings. It was built to look like a college campus, to encourage a spirit of collaboration and innovation, a tradition that continues today. We're now approaching Rocket Park. Take a closer look at the rockets on the way back. We're now going to take yourself back to the year 1967. The Monkees' I'm a Believer was a #1 single, but the political climate was not so upbeat. 500,000 American soldiers were stationed in Vietnam, and tensions of the Cold War were running hot. The space program was under immense pressure to get a man to the moon before the end of the decade. On January 27, 1967, tragedy struck the Apollo program. Gene Kranz remembers that day.
Testing the Apollo Command and Service Office. The test that day hadn't been going very well, with problems with communications, with problems with life support.
A flash fire broke out in the command module. 3 astronauts, Virgil Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger Chapman.
Vocabulary is mission control. Tough and competent. Tough meaning we will never again shirk from our responsibilities because we are forever accountable for what we do. For instance, in Apollo 1, what we failed to do. Competent. We'll never again take anything for granted because as a team, failure in mission control is never an option.
Up ahead and to your right is Building 17.
This building houses the next-generation space transportation system. In this building, the design works ultimately lead to that spacecraft is being conducted. The team here is leading a nationwide group of engineers from across NASA and the contractor community in developing this next generation of systems. It's a really exciting time for everybody involved. We're thrilled to be a part of it.
This building also houses the kitchens where the food is prepared for space flights. Space food isn't as futuristic as you might think. The astronauts eat a combination of fresh food like liquid and breads with some freeze-dried or specially prepared meals like spaghetti and pizza. Coming up on your far right is historic Mission Control, home of the Gemini and Apollo programs, Skylab, and all of today's space shuttle missions. Appropriately enough, mission control is at the heart of the Johnson Space Center.
My job is to take any actions needed for crew safety and mission success.
Gene Kranz was flight director for many of those historic missions. In the movie Apollo 13, Gene was played by actor Ed Harris.
I had a team of between 15 and 21 controllers. These controllers had the responsibilities for the space system, trajectory operations planning, facility operations. We had a medical doctor and an astronaut who provided the communications link between the ground team and the crew.
Back in July of 1969, Kranz's team of controllers gathered in mission control, with astronaut Charles Duke in the position of capsule communicator. As the lunar lander neared the surface, the mood was tense.
At the time that we touched down, we had less than 17 seconds of fuel remaining, and we were in the process of counting down to a very difficult and very risky end. When we shut the engine down, when we walked on the surface, we had fulfilled the pledge we had made as young controllers to our now dead President, John F. Kennedy, and the crew of Apollo 1.
Now approaching our first stop for the 31 Control Center. To remain seated for Go ahead and exit on the right.